Yo, what's going on, Gen Nation? How's everybody doing? It has been a long time since we've been live. For myself personally, with you guys. So we have a special treat today. We got a state of play coming to you from PlayStation. Can't wait to see what this is about. I kind of got spoiled. I think we're gonna get a Horizon Zero Dawn VR showcase, but I'm hoping we get way more than that. Something that we can really, you know, sink our teeth in and get talking about, other than a VR, some VR updates. I was gonna put the camera on, but it covers a lot of it. So let me see. What if I could do that, but then it kind of covers it, you know? So I think we're gonna go no cam, and here we go. Let's see what we got. I want to see some God of War. Show me more God of War, please. 3/24/2023. This is like Last of Us vibes. Resident Evil 4. I did not get Resident Evil vibes from that.
Located baby eagle.
We're just gonna remake all the Resident Evils, aren't we? We're just going down the line. 10 years from now, we're gonna remake Resident Evil 8.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
I mean, it looks good. As it should.
You will receive our most sacred body.
That was such a strange intro for Resident Evil. That was not the vibe I got when this thing kicked off. Interesting.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time,
It's for
it can
real.
be different. It has to.
Well, that's coming March of next year. VR2 content also in development. Okay. You know, PlayStation's not slowing down with VR stuff.
And we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR2.
4 games, okay.
Now, let's take a look at him. Wow. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you?
This game would be
Let's
pretty
see how special
friggin' nuts in VR.
Yes, Mother. Yes,
How many weirdos are gonna replay that scene?
Man blood.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that game, that would be pretty wild in VR. A game like Dead Space would be nuts in VR. Just straight darkness all the time.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to plunder our righteous gains and cut our throats like a demon in the night. What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city?
More zombies.
You, who have brought nothing but chaos. When death was swallowing this city whole, it was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it. When the bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous.
The Walking Dead.
Welcome home, tourist.
Coming out this year. All right, well, that's 2. What's 3? This is No Man's Sky. This looks like No Man's Sky. Why would you want to play that in VR? I mean, I'm sure people would, but I don't know. That game like that just, I don't know. It was appealing when I first heard about it, and then when it came out, it just turned me off completely. It's Horizon VR. This is what I knew what we were getting.
I asked you a question. Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and he'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
New characters that I don't remember.
It's a snap mob. We're not gonna make it.
So are you playing as Aloy or are you playing as someone else?
Blameless Murad had me released from prison. But why? Redemption is still possible, Reyes. Climb the mountain.
It's so weird to like see the hands with no arms.
Find out why the machines are attacking.
Like that's strange looking. I gotta get back into Forbidden West. I've been slacking on that hardcore. I've been so into the GTA RP lately.
Do that, and you shall be a free man.
And Fortnite no build.
It will take all your wits, your skills, and courage. You have walked in the shadows, Reyes.
Now it is time to climb into the light.
Hi, I'm Ben McCaw, narrative director at Guerrilla.
All right, so those were the 4
Hope you enjoyed your
VR.
first look at
We
Horizon
should
Call of
have
coming exclusively
maybe
to
20 more
PlayStation
minutes
VR2.
of
We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 today.
Oh shit. Major update. Transmog. Ultra hard difficulty. New Game Plus. Damn, okay. I gotta catch
For
up
details
on
this free
Forbidden
update,
West.
Please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
All right, what else we got?
Get ready, a PlayStation
Ragnarok.
fan favorite is coming to
Ragnarok.
PC.
Ragnarok. Oh, fan favorite PC. Last of Us 2.
These past few years,
Miles?
sacrificing so much and
Spider-Man?
asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the
This is a major release for PC.
hardest decisions. Do you really need 2 of those?
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Ow.
You can't just push people around like that.
Just ask for help next time.
Time to bring back the glory days.
August 12th of this year. Damn.
Leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
That's a big time exclusive going to PC right there. Did it say where you can get it though? Steam? Oh, this is that cat game. Stray? My wife wants to play this game. Like, what's your objective? Other than roaming around. Neverland? Really, a cat game? What's up, Mr. Buttersworth? Yeah, that was announced
Explore a mysterious cyber city in
like
Stray,
a year or two
coming to
ago,
PS5 and
honestly.
PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month. Up next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
I just don't know what the objective is. What is this? I thought that said the Coalition for a second.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck.
Kind of looks like Returnal with that
Whatever
suit.
you're holding on to right there. That's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance.
Looks like Dead Space. Yeah, it does. That's creepy.
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
I know they're remaking Dead Space. I don't know about new game, like a new game of it though. Callisto. The Callisto Protocol. December of this year. That looks pretty interesting.
In the year 2030, a new blood sport grips the globe. And in the arena, there will only be the
What is
victorious
this?
and the dead.
Roller skating? What? Interesting art style. It's a cool concept though. Like a competitive shooter on roller skates. Yeah, it does. That did look creepy.
The world is watching in Rollerdrome.
Rollerdrome. August. What an interesting game.
Sometimes
I didn't like it. Didn't hate it.
things will ever be normal again.
I'd check it out if it becomes free. So you got your arm chopped off and now you grow a sword arm?
It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt!
Don't you want science in your corner?
Oh, ew! I'm going to miss them.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
This is like Persona. Like a weird Persona. Eater Knights. Okay. All right then.
Action games and dating sims collide in Eternights, coming to
Eternights.
PS5 and PS4 next year. Let's check back in with Capcom.
What would that say? Action game and dating sim? What the fuck? Action game and dating sim? Tough. Not two things I thought I'd hear together. Street Fighter?
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then. Hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey there, I do this. Never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I saw
dope music.
And if you think I'm going forward, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. Or dunks aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my.
Not that. Is this an open world Street Fighter? What is going on? Yeah, what up, Chun-Li? This is so interesting how they're presenting this game.
Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
They look so bulky. Oh, they got specials now. This is like if Marvel vs. Capcom was just Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 6.
That was so interesting. That is such an interesting way to present and have Street Fighter.
Your first look at Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Mark your calendars. It
Am I
comes to
crazy?
PS5 and PS4 in 2023. Now it's time for 2 indie adventures arriving later this year.
2 indie adventures. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know about the whole open world like aspect of it, unless that was just like a random thing. Like, I don't want it to be like Pokemon. It's like you're running throughout the city and like you run through a bush and it's like, oh, new challenger approaches. And then you gotta fight Ryu or something. That'd be so friggin' stupid. That would be so dumb. Guile, I choose you.
She set out to record life at the end of this season.
To make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living together.
And we asked
They gotta
her
close with like a banger.
When the season turns, what will remain?
Show us Wolverine. Can we get like more Wolverine or Spider-Man 2?
She carries the sounds of
I like it because you can build your character fighting style and make them stronger. Yeah, the character I guess you don't create them.
The
But
way she listened made you want to tell
you
her
progress
everything.
them, I guess.
I
Interesting.
got to look in her journal. The world was
I'm totally
telling
not
her
interested in any of
secrets.
this.
I think she even figured
It's
out
not my jam.
what will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
Probably going to close the show with Final Fantasy Remake Part 2. Probably. I did see a rumor with that. I'm hoping for more Ragnarok. And like an update on when it's releasing.
お待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今、世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラーを
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Could be Final Fantasy 16.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I unite
Too many points.
that we may bring an end to the strife.
Clutters up the screen.
Found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
That looks epic.
If I take the field,
I love big battles like that.
shake the island to its foundations.
Yeah, this might be 16.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
Or some random, I don't know.
Every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
The Empire. Final Fantasy 16. Ragnarok.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken, if free.
Yeah, I figured it was 16. Summer of next year. That looked pretty damn good. That's probably the closer.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to visit PlayStation blog to learn even more about today's announcements. See you next time.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we got some interesting announcements here. We'll start with the Final Fantasy 16. That looked pretty damn dope. The only like my biggest problem that I saw, because the gameplay that we saw looked pretty cool. But when you're doing like a special move and you're hitting a lot of these combos and your screen is just flooded with hit points, My God, man. I don't know. Isn't all Final Fantasies exclusive? I want to say it is. I also think Square Enix was either bought or they're in the process of being bought by PlayStation, but I don't know. But anyways, like I hate when the screen just is just cluttered with hit points. That bothers me. But like some of the stuff looked pretty damn cool. Like the dragons and Phoenix, the medieval feel to it. The big battles. I'm hoping you can like take part in the big battles and it's not just like a cutscene. That'd be pretty dope. But yeah. I mean, we got a year until it's out. So maybe we'll get a little more, I would imagine, in a future state of play. But interesting. The other really interesting thing is how they're doing Street Fighter. It just looks like it's a completely different game. A completely different game. Like, this might be dumb to say, but if you take out the Street Fighter characters, like there'd be no resemblance of this being a Street Fighter game other than you seeing Chun-Li on screen or, you know, Ryu. It's interesting. Like, I'm intrigued by it. You're like the Cole of Mortal Kombat, I guess. You're just a random guy joining whatever the fight is. Maybe you get to pick like what faction you can be with or group. But Chun-Li looked good, and then Ryu was beefy as fuck. Like, where was he at? They just look so like brolic, like huge. Like they take up so much screen space. You know what I mean? And it looked like they all had specials. Like it was a Marvel vs. Capcom game. It looked interesting. For Street Fighter, it's thinking outside the box to change it up and maybe put a new flair to it. And I'm intrigued. I must say, I'm intrigued. Another game that had very like Dead Spacey kind of vibes was Callisto. Callisto looked pretty cool. Where was that at? That was this game. Very like they're off world dealing with these mutations or whatever, infections or whatever. It looked interesting. I kind of want to know more of what the game's about. Like, what are you actually doing other than making your way through these infectious areas, I guess you would say. The suit very much looked like Eternals, or not Eternals, Returnal. Your suit looked like it came straight out of Returnal. And then we got more. We got another look at Stray, which I feel like they keep showing Stray, but it's not releasing. Which I don't know what the plot is of that game other than wandering around, but who knows. This is a biggie. Spider-Man, one of the biggest PlayStation exclusives to drop, is going to PC. So that's a big time win for PC users. But I must say, like, if I'm playing on PC, I can't imagine fighting and swinging around the city without having a controller in my hand. Like, if you're gonna play this game on PC and you're listening to this, I highly recommend getting a controller to play this. I feel like it would just be a much more enjoyable experience. I can't imagine swinging around the city using your mouse and keyboard and having to fight. I don't know. Maybe it's cool. Maybe it's interesting. Fun, whatever. But I just feel like having a controller in your hand would be a much more enjoyable experience, considering that's how everyone who's already played the game was able to do it. The VR stuff is whatever. I don't think I'm upgrading to the new VR. I have the old VR that I haven't used in a long time, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna ever upgrade to VR2, but Horizon, a first person, Horizon game is interesting on VR. It looks strange though, because you only see the hands, and most VR games, when you're using hands, you don't see like arms, you just see the floaty hands, and that always like takes you out of the immersion for me. It just pulls you out of the immersion. It's like, all right, I'm just looking at these hands. But I don't think you were actually Aloy in that. I think you might be a different character, which is interesting. And then they announced a big update for Forbidden West with the new game plus, new trophies, an ultra hard difficulty, transmog on your skill sets. What else? New weapons and there was something else I can't remember, but it's a pretty beefy update. And I got to get back into Forbidden West and actually complete the game and try to plat it if it's possible with the amount of time I have. But that would be a nice goal, a good achievement to fully plat this game. Now they're in, so they're, oh, and then the other VR thing was Resident Evil 8, which would be pretty creepy in VR. I'm not gonna lie. All they did with Horizon, like they did with The Last of Us. I don't even remember seeing a VR Last of Us, but I'm just not interested in stuff like that. I don't know. I'd rather see the character or control the character with a controller, not have it on my head and getting nauseous or whatever. But stuff like Resident Evil, being immersed in the darkness and stuff like that is pretty cool. I could see that being a creepy vibe that people would have fun with. Then they announced, the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I guess we're just gonna remake all of them until we get back to our current Resident Evil. They're just, they're just milking money at this point. All they do with Horizon, like they did with the last, with the new game plus update. Oh yeah, got you. Yeah, no, they added a bunch of stuff. It was pretty beefy update, it seemed. But oh, and that was it. The other thing was improved graphic quality with the performance mode. But yeah, that was pretty much this whole state of play right there. And it wasn't crazy, but it was good information, good trailers to see. Wasn't just a bunch of random third-party indie games and stuff like that. We got a kind of a mixture of some, exclusivity and some third-party and indie. But overall, I thought it was pretty solid for a state of play. Still no Ragnarok news on when it's coming out. a better trailer that we can look at. No Spider-Man 2 update. No visuals of Wolverine other than, that random still shot that we saw of the bar. But as we inch closer to the holiday season, because let's be real, and I'm going to get into when we kick off the multiversal podcast, most likely this weekend will be our return. Because if you guys didn't know, we were off for the last 2 weeks, and we were supposed to have an episode, I believe, last weekend, but wasn't able to do it. So we're gonna try to get it going this weekend, and it's either gonna be a really long podcast because there's a ton of entertainment stuff I need to go over, and a ton of gaming stuff I need to go over, and I don't know if I'm going to make it really long or break it into 2 podcasts and have the entertainment part 1 and then part 2 gaming, and be able to just dive into both separately and kind of play catch up with for me and for you guys, because there's so many trailers released both on the entertainment and game side. So many, shows and stuff I want to talk about that I wasn't able to do on the theater room this past week and last week as well. So, well, last week was canceled, I think, but there's just a lot to catch up on. So, I don't. We're gonna see. We may do a 2-parter episode, or just make it a really long one. Haven't really decided, but look out for that because there's a ton of stuff to go over, a ton of news, playing catch up on trailers, briefly going over the state of play we just seen, and who knows what else is going to come out by then. So stay tuned for that. But there's just I don't know. We're entering, and this is what I was going to say for the podcast. We're entering the period of gaming where it's just dry. Spring, early winter, spring has a nice little run of, major games that will drop. And then once you hit the summer, the dog days of summer, there's really nothing that comes out that's spectacular. It's the time period for, great movies, action movies, big time blockbuster movies. It's a time for sports games like your Madden, FIFAs and NHL and NBA and blah 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 blah. Like towards the end of the summer, like all that stuff starts popping out. No real heavy hitters comes out in the summer. It's rare when it does. And I feel like it's such a big time to capitalize on because it's so dry. People are itching for a good game to come out, and that would be the perfect time to do it. But whatever. But yeah, as we keep getting closer to the fall though, and that's when, gaming is just at an all-time high as far as, releases, getting to the holiday season, every big game comes out in that time period for the most part. The state of plays I feel like are going to ramp up, especially with the Summer Game Fest, and we have the Xbox showcase coming up soon. Probably, I think that's next week, to be honest. So we'll check that out as well on the channel and watch that whole thing because they usually put on a good showcase. But we're entering that bad period of gaming is, with summer, so it's a time to catch up. It's a time to check out all the dope movies, but it's really the heavy hitting games rarely come out. So for this state of play, it's not a bad state of play considering the time we are in. And any future, if we get another state of play in the summer, it's going to be more geared for maybe what's to come in the fall and early spring of next year. So it'll start ramping up again as we get into the summer as far as the news aspect of it, but the release aspect of it is we're hitting a dead stop almost. And we'll go over the games that come out this month, and we may touch on maybe what comes out in July. We'll see, because I feel like they're short lists. But yeah, that was the state of play. So I appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that follow button, and look out for the Multiversal podcasts this weekend. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We are pushing to 1,000 subs, so help us get there, and we'll just continue doing the thing. We appreciate you, Gen Nation. This is ScytheX. This was the state of play, and yeah, that'll do it. We out.